Hey there, listeners. Welcome to Socially Inclined, where we believe marketing should be simple, effective, and most importantly, affordable. In this episode, we'll be sharing expert tips and strategies to help you increase your visibility, engage more of your audience, and reach more clients than ever before. So if you're ready to take your online presence to the next level, keep listening because you're about to get socially inclined. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Content Class, part of Success Club. I'm Jess.
And I'm Julie.
And together we're socially inclined.
Yep.
Today's a very timely one. It's also highly requested. And one of our biggest topics here at Socially Inclined, we're going to answer the burning question: what should I post in October to help me grow my business, get more visible, and get more engagement? I guess not necessarily in that order.
Right.
Do it the other way. You get more engagement so you can get more visible so that then you can make more sales and grow your business. So today's all about October social media content planning. And we've created a really nice little presentation for you.
Exactly. So it's no secret that we've been our MVP strategy, we're trying to avoid the staring at the blank screen or just like the moment of, oh my gosh, I need to post today. What's going to be? So we have developed an MVP strategy because so many people automatically go to, okay, I need to sell something, because obviously when we're in business, we are, trying to sell something. We can't be in business if we're not making sales. However, that should not be the go-to. So we need the perfect mix of marketing to make this work. So we developed the MVP strategy.
Exactly. And I think that strategy or that situation that Julie just highlighted comes from a place of being so overwhelmed and being so pulled in so many different places as a business owner that social media, regrettably, and posting on social media, regrettably, often has to take the back burner. Which is extremely common, especially if you're just getting started, especially if you're a solopreneur, and even more so if you haven't found the tools, the shortcuts, and the resources to help you be more efficient at your posting and your content planning. But the good news is that is what we're going to be talking about. And we're going to talk a little bit about the MVP strategy, specifically what that would look like on a day-to-day basis for October. And we're going to talk about some October content ideas. We're going to tie them into a couple niches specifically for those who join us live. But let's start off with just a quick overview of what the MVP strategy is. And then we'll talk about what that looks like, the MVP posting strategy day to day throughout October.
Right. We're trying to help get you out of the posting and praying mode. And when you've got a plan to follow, and it's easy, it's three things: MVP. Okay. So most people, you don't have to have this piece of paper to do it. And there's a strategy, and that's a terrible word, but there is strategy behind it, and it does work. Okay. Because not everyone wants to be sold to. So the first M is motivation. The reason for this is to attract people and inspire people. Instead of putting out a sales poster, it's just post of, if I don't care if you're in an MLM or if you're in a direct sales, or if you have brick and mortar, it doesn't matter. If everything you put out is promo, you are training people to not see your content, because not everyone is ready to buy at the moment. So this type of content is meant to put out there to attract people that haven't been seeing your posts with just some relevant. Everyone needs to a little pick me up every now and again. Okay. So, and these are meant to attract new people. Okay. So there's a whole sales cycle. So we got to get people in the funnel, if you will. We got to get people to come to you. All right. So the types of motivational content are inspirational stories, inspirational quotes, educational content, anything that's going to help people see where they are and relate to it in an inspirational way, to motivate someone to do something. So these are not salesy at all. Okay.
Exactly. And I know we have a lot of new people who watch our content on YouTube and who catch the replays. So, for those of you who may not know, we did kind of just gloss over this, but the MVP strategy is something that we've developed here at Socially Inclined, and it is an acronym for motivational or motivation, visibility, and presence, which is a description of a posting rotation. What's a better way to say that? A posting combination that you should be following to keep from feeling so salesy and from turning off everyone who sees your content on social media. So the basic idea is that you rotate your posts along the MVP strategy, doing a motivational post, which is the one Julie was just describing for you, and then a visibility post, and then finally a presence post. So, what is a visibility post?
And it is, well, first and foremost, it is meant to engage and amplify what you're already doing. It's like to get engagement. You can ask questions. The engagement is the lifeblood. That's the question we get asked every single day. It's like, how do I get more engagement? Okay, well, this is the huge part, is like the algorithm favors comments, likes, shares. If it's a reel, like staying on that reel. All right. So how do you do that? You have to get them to act. So this is the engagement part. So there are specific types of posts that will garner this. Obviously, we say to have a call to action on every post that would do this, but these are specifically dialed in for that. They can be in the form of questions and polls, and even conversational posts where you are asking for advice. You want to put something out there that people, when they are asked the appropriate way, will want to answer it. And it can be on topic, it can be off topic, it can be seasonal. You're going to see when we get to like some specific prompts here shortly, that they don't all have to do with your business. Again, they're going to be, I don't know. We'll get into some ideas here shortly.
Exactly. See, I'm a huge fan. It's no secret that I'm a huge fan of fall and the holiday season. I start celebrating in mid-August, and I really don't stop till January. So I love visibility posts. I mean, I love them all year long, but I really love the visibility posts that happen in the fall and in the holiday season, because visibility posts around this time of year, you get to talk about fall. You get to ask things about some of your favorite happenings, whether that's Halloween, Thanksgiving, or which Thanksgiving's in November, and today we're specifically talking about October, but maybe even something that I grew up loving, which is football season and things like that. So these visibility posts, while some of them can be specifically around your niche, the purpose of these is to actually kind of cast your net a little wider. So we want to encourage you to not shy away from asking questions around the season that maybe aren't specific to your business, but that your ideal client would still be interested in answering. The purpose is to, throw a question out there that, as Julie mentioned, is easy to answer, but not polarizing. And that's the secret to these visibility posts that help you get more engagement, so that when you do post your final the P post, the presence post, more people are going to see those, because you got people to slow down on that wonderful motivational, inspirational post, or as we call the M post. You got people to engage with that visibility post by answering your seasonal question or engaging in your conversational post. And now the algorithm's really primed to show more people your presence or your promotional content, which is going to help you connect with your audience and convert more people to either your email address or maybe even already into loyal customers who are paying customers who are contributing to your bottom line.
Exactly. And as we all state, so the P posts are where it's at. That's where everyone, is typically thinking. But when you have, attracted new people and you're engaging them, you're building that snowball and having the people that are able to see these other posts. If you've trained them away a while back because you posted 11 posts in one day because you were so overzealous, then that's the way to build your momentum again. So, and these P posts are meant to connect and convert. You are I say all the time, you're being the face of your business here. You are really tying into your business, your mission, your why. People do business with people. There it is. So when you put these types of posts out, and again, they can be promotional. Yes, it can be. And you'll see in our prompts shortly, there are going to be promotions during the month, but these are to make that connection with people. And they can be expert insights, like it can be your take on things. And again, these can be done where they don't have to be a business post. It can be your thoughts on something else that's tertiary to what you do. All right. You can do behind the scenes content. People love to see those. Show how your product made a difference in someone's life. All right. So, and that's so different than, buy this because it's 25% off this week. It's like what makes it set apart from something else? What makes it better? Anyway, so we'll get to some specific examples, but the P posts are the ones that are hardest, but they are the most rewarding once you've done the M and the V and you bringing it all together. You're creating that momentum in your business.
Exactly. I think it also kind of takes the pressure off of a business owner to know that these aren't just promotional content. Once you kind of
Right.
learn that sweet balance of content that serves, that demonstrates your expertise, that informs, that delivers value to your client, and then you don't feel so icky about throwing out that 30% off sale, or that look at this new thing that we've added. If you're interested in this or you need this kind of benefit, you should go check it out and see if it's right for you. Really digging into the presence part of these P posts is what makes the promotional posts a lot more palatable for new business owners or
Exactly.
small business owners who are trying to get their new start, get more momentum on social media.
Right. Well, everyone asks, like, how long does it take? Okay. So it depends on where you start. And also, some people start at zero. Some people was thriving and then, dialed it back because like they had a misstep. But this is the way to bring that back. All right. So now we're going to get to the planning part of this month. So, the strategy, the MVP. So we want to not have all promo. Okay. And so we've done like content plans for so many different businesses, and they all sort of start at what you're seeing on the screen here, or you're creating a plan around this if you're not able to see the screen. So, but and they all fit in that MVP strategy. So when I sit down, the first thing I think about, I'm thinking about a calendar, right? I'm thinking about, okay, I got 31 days in October, and what am I going to do? All right. So the very first thing I look at is holidays. Holidays typically fall into that visibility category. But you're going to think about, okay, so this month, so we've got Halloween, we've got breast cancer awareness. You've got that it's fall, just in general. We
National
also,
Pumpkin Day, that
yeah,
feeling of like all things pumpkin. World Smile Day, Dessert Day. There's no shortage of things you can celebrate in October.
exactly. And they don't have to necessarily tie into your business. But they're a great way to bring in people, again, that aren't exactly ready to buy from you. It shows that you're connected and, interested in other things. So I start with the holidays. I'll plot out from a blank calendar and be like, okay, so we'll take breast cancer awareness as an example here. Halloween falls on Halloween. So you obviously can have a happy Halloween or whatever. You can have holidays that lead up to that as well, not holidays, but posts that lead up to it, like a week early. It's like, what are you doing or whatever. But breast cancer awareness can fit in anywhere. So I start and I make the lists of the ones that I'm interested in. So that's what you've got here.
Exactly. Oh,
Then I was just going to say, and then I roll on to promotions, because no matter what your business you're in, obviously you have to sell to stay in business. All right. So if you're a direct marketer, your company that you rep for might have, a couple of promotions going on. Jot those down. Know what those are. If you're your own person, think about something that would be seasonal that can work. So that we're coming up on the holidays. If it's a pre-holiday sale, or if it's a
anything that's pink, you can sell that, related to the breast cancer awareness. And, of course, you want to consider about giving back and things like that. Anything fall related is always really well received. If you have anything that works well for a tailgate, it is American football season. is in full swing in October. So there's a lot you can do with promotions when it comes to October. So this is all about just kind of sitting down, not spending a ton of time. I would say, what would you say, like 10, 15 minutes?
Probably,
maybe,
yes. But
thinking about this planning on the front end.
Right. Because if you don't, you want to, obviously, it's not contradictory to what we said. Most people are in their promo. This is, you're going to have planned promos, like discounts, sales, whatever it is that you're building in within the month that makes sense. And then you build around those. So think of whatever it's going to be and then write it down there. And then, did you have something? I'm sorry. I was going to say,
I was just going to say, I was going to go on to the next one.
Oh yeah. Well, so my next thing that I typically do is like, okay, so we're product makers, digital products, whatever. So we usually have new things that we release. So I will write down what will be released for us. If you're in direct sales, there might be a new lash builder. There might be,
a new fall scent.
Exactly.
Flavor.
Fall. But whatever it is, so you're taking just a moment to if you don't have anything new, is there a way that you can bring something new or rejuvenate, if you're in that type of business that needs to go on this list? Okay. Can't sell it if you don't have it out there.
Exactly. I was in the store the other day. This is a total aside, but I was in the store the other day, and there's this brand called Native. It's like a crunchy line of deodorants and toothpaste.
Mm-hmm.
Pumpkin spice latte, people. There was a pumpkin spice latte deodorant for $12.97. And I was just like, I could not believe that it was there. And not only was it there, but there was lots of it, and it looked like it was selling. And then I went over to the toothpaste section, pumpkin spice latte, Native brand toothpaste. There's obviously a market for
that one. Yeah. So,
all right.
Hey there, listeners. Are you tired of trying to juggle running your small business and managing your social media presence at the same time? We were too. So we created a solution that I want to tell you about right now. It's called Socially Sweet, and it's the answer to all of your social media management needs. With 3 daily posts, our team of experts will handle your social media presence so you can focus on what really matters, running your business. With affordable pricing that starts at just $99 a month, Socially Sweet is the perfect investment for any small business owner looking to boost their online presence and attract new customers without breaking the bank. So what are you waiting for? Head over to sociallysweet.com to learn more and get started today.
Yeah. So
all right. So we're talking about creating a plan. There's 6 things. Julie's already covered 3 of them. You want to just kind of sit down, and if you don't have this great sheet, just check the description of wherever you're listening or reading, and you can figure out where to download this. But create a plan. You're thinking about your holidays, your promotions, your new stuff. As Julie mentioned, there's a few other things that you can kind of brainstorm that you can build presence posts around, maybe even some V posts, and maybe even some motivational content when we get into reviews and things like that. But you want to think about any milestones that might be happening in October. I think we tend to take it for granted that even just a business owner's birthday can be a great opportunity to create a social selling post, or just to kind of take a moment and share with your audience what's been happening with you in the last year, how far you've come, or what hurdles you overcame. Marking a birthday is a great opportunity to open that conversation up. Some other milestones you might want to consider is like if you reached a certain amount of followers, or a certain amount of downloads for your podcast, or maybe it's your 1-year business anniversary in October. Rack your brain. What can you highlight and share about in October?
Right. I was going to say, and I wouldn't skip over this. I would take a few moments to really think about these, because these are going to help set you up as the authority, not necessarily birthdays, but the other milestones that might be, like if you ran, like Jate, if you ran a marathon this weekend, like that's sort of or if you had your personal best. Okay, so that ties into what you did. Like if you ran a however faster, I don't know.
Exactly.
But think about, like, really take a few minutes to think about these, because these turn into wonderful posts. And then I had one point about the birthday really quick, is that a lot of people turn in their birthday into a promo, so they can combine the two, and like they'll have certain amount off, or they'll have like a add-on or whatever, but you combine those and you can make a promotion because it's your birthday.
Exactly. Jate says there's quite a bit now that I think about it. Yeah, when you really think about those milestones, there's a lot that you can shout about on social media. So next up, news and updates. Do you have new team members? For those of you who are in the direct selling space and maybe you're growing your team, if you have new team members, that always makes a good post to reach new people and kind of build authority that you are growing and this is the real deal. Do you have industry updates and things that that might be changing in your industry? Was there some new study that came out in the field of nutrition that really highlights the benefits of your superfood shake? Or, maybe it's a study about blue light and the downsides of using it right before bedtime, and how, I could tie that into the child care niche or things like that, where you want to keep your kids off tablets, you want to stay off your phone and things like that. Don't be afraid to kind of take a quick look of what's happening in your industry, because the more you stay abreast with those things, the more you get to position yourself as the industry expert that you are.
Exactly. A good example of this, like for us, is the use of AI, and like how fast changing that is. When we put out educational content around that, then we're showing ourselves an authority in that area. So it can just be like, just take a few moments to think about the things in your industry, things that affect your industry.
For sure. And finally, you want to think about wins. And wins are business wins. Like, what kind of social proof have you created in the past month or up until this point? Do you have positive feedback? Has anyone shared some user-generated content that you can then, with their permission, curate and post on your platforms? How can you show how you're benefiting people's lives? What do you have? I've seen Jate do a wonderful job of this. She's joining us live right now, so I'm going to highlight her. She has been sharing screenshots of, I'm sure with permission, but she also blacks out their name just to protect their identity. But she's been sharing screenshots of messages with her clients who are saying some really nice things about her coaching program. and how much confidence it's given them. I think the one I've seen most recently was a client of hers who wore this dress on a date with her husband, and she couldn't fit in it for so long, and now she can, and she feels amazing in it. And the message there was just so heartfelt that, it made me want to buy her program. So what has been shared with you? What kind of feedback have you gotten in the last month that you can then turn around and share in October to use to highlight your business in a positive way?
Right. And those make the perfect P posts. You're building authority. You're sharing the win. Like those are perfect. Those are selling without selling. Like you're selling someone else is selling you. You're sharing it. Yes. So, all right. So we're going to take, all right. So we're a fan of batching. So what we did there is we took a planning session to think about the things that you can do. It's so hard to sit, on a Tuesday afternoon, like, I didn't post today. But when you've at least gotten that far and like, okay, here's some stuff that I can work with this month, you've got a plan. All right. And then from there, we roll into like putting it on whether you put it on a calendar or not, you've got it written down somewhere so you can refer back to it.
Exactly. So we've created this beautiful little calendar with some prompts in it for you. And if you did that planning page, then you'll see exactly where to plug those things in the presence areas and things like that. And again, if you don't have this, for those of you who joined us live, we gave it to you in the download section. If you don't have this, it's going to be in the description somewhere. Just check the description so that you can download this October MVP social media planning calendar. And we have a nice MVP strategy rotation throughout the month with some great prompts for you. So how do we want to do this?
I was going to say,
cover
too,
5.
This is evergreen, right? So this can be used again next October. It
Mhm.
also, you'll see it's not dated, and there's only 30 here. There's 31 months. Okay. So it is meant to be that way where you start at an M and you can find, and then you just work through the calendar. Okay. So if you find this, if you're listening to this and it's the 15th, it's not too late.
Exactly. I'm going to talk about a few M posts actually, because these are real quick.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do that way. Let's do several M's and several V's and several P's.
All right. So motivational post, yes. In any kind of inspirational or motivational quote is great, but I really love to tie them into the seasons. It really makes you look like you are the one doing your social media, like you're in tune with the season. So a graphic or a quote that celebrates the beauty of October, whether you're super into Halloween or if you're into more of fall, the leaves changing and things like that. That is a great motivational post to use in October. Another great motivational post would be to talk about what October means to you as a brand. And that may sound really sappy. So if thinking about it as October is too much for you, you can think about it in terms of fall. And there's a quote that says, fall's about to show us the beauty of letting go. You can take that and kind of think about what that means to you personally or you in your business. You can share a motivational quote, yes, and that can be the end of it, especially if you're pinched for time. That's the reason your social plan, our daily posting plan, exists. But you can also take these prompts right here and turn them into TikToks. We have people doing that very successfully. So, one of the other ones that we have here on the October planning calendar is to share some encouragement to overcome a common struggle. Is that related to October? No, but would your audience appreciate that kind of encouragement? Absolutely. And a common struggle, think about the human struggle, burnout, overwhelm. My favorite struggle as a parent, what's for dinner? Like, I never realized just how big of a deal that would be day after day, like making dinner for your family and having to come up with it every single day. But you can share something motivational around things that we all struggle with, because these M posts are about really opening the door for someone new to walk through it. Of course, this is a proverbial door, your virtual doorstep of you, if you will, of your social media platform. So Julie is back.
I'm back. Sorry. They're working on your internet.
Yeah, so I've covered the 3 motivational posts, and I think I finished your thought that it's not just, doesn't have to just be a motivational quote. You can take these motivational quotes and turn them into something even bigger, like a reel or a TikTok or a live video. You can have a motivational Monday live where you go live talking about an inspirational story or tip related to fall or the mission that drives your brand, and tie it really into motivation and inspiration. You don't want to sell in a motivational post, but that's how you elevate it beyond just sharing a quote, which you may have to do from time to time when you're too busy or you're too overwhelmed to do anything more.
Exactly. And that is totally fine to do. And yes, that was where I was going, is that everyone automatically thinks of these as like image tech caption posts. But these prompts and all of these things can be used to make multiple pieces of content, from reels to stories to all those things that will help you grow.
Exactly.
Right. Am I
So let's talk about what some of the visibility content would look like in August. And again, we're just working from this October prompt calendar that we created for you guys. So make sure you download it if you haven't, so that you can follow along with us.
Right. And the things that were on the planning to begin with can be interjected in here. So if you don't like something that's here, obviously you're interjecting something else. But a lot of times visibility works off the season and holidays and things like that, and just to get people talking. So Jessica, I'm going to steal Jessica's pumpkin spice. It's so polarizing that it's fine. Your business may have nothing to do, or it could be that you're in fitness and pumpkin spice sort of connotates having all these extra calories because of the way it's delivered. That you might have a great take on this, of where it's a recipe to get in your pumpkin spice that's a skinny pumpkin spice latte or whatever. So you can tie this to your business. That's one of the things we get so much, is like, why would I want to post a pumpkin spice whatever? It's because people care about it. So if you are on the fence about posting to like that, figure out a way to tie it to your business. All right. A non-conventional way even works. So, and again, poll, like a story poll on that. And it just the love it or hate it. Like, so many people will answer that. That's ringing the bell for the algorithm. Okay.
Exactly. So if you are on the fence about it, you should just post it, because the reality is the more comments and engagement you can get on these V posts, the more people are going to see your presence posts. So visibility ideas for October would be to, ask about what's your favorite thing in October, or what do you love about October? Who's celebrating a birthday in October? All the way down to what's the best Halloween costume you've ever seen? What's the best Halloween candy? Another very polarizing subject that is polarizing in a good way. Let's be real clear. Polarizing like politics is not good. That turns a lot of people off. You would be amazed at how many people don't answer and scroll right by, which is a nail in the coffin for your engagement. Sorry to make it a October pun. But polarizing in a fun way, like candy corn, is a really great question to ask. And no, Linda, it doesn't have anything to do with your handbags business, but people will answer it, and then they will see the upcoming presence post where you talk about your deals, or maybe you talk about the exceptional quality that's in your handbag, and someone who answered that candy corn question now sees that post because you brought them into your sphere. Presence posts for October really are going to be things that highlight or resonate with the fall season, what kind of products and services you have that might be good for fall or might be good for things that happen in the fall. Like I mentioned before, American football is here. So tailgating, whether you like football or not, you probably have people who would be willing to buy from you that do love football. So you should be highlighting tailgates if they're, whether it's a shortcut, or we talked about this in a previous one, a healthy recipe, a tailgate survival guide, because food that's provided at the average tailgate is not exactly wellness friendly. But posts and things that showcase your brand's awareness, a lot of these ideas are plug and play from the planning sheet that we just that we started with. But these presence posts will go so much further because you've done that M and that V work, and you've really helped the algorithm open up for you so that more people are seeing these P posts.
Exactly. And just be so many people don't want to be the face, but at least be, the authority in your business by sharing these types of posts.
Exactly. And one more note about October planning just before we wrap up. At the end of October, you really should be gearing up for holiday season. So keep that in mind. You can start creating some teasers, and maybe some previews and things that people can look forward to for the holiday season if you have e-com or if you have commerce products. But also, Jate, the holiday season, it's a big time for her as well. She can create, like, my favorite is like the Navigate the Naughty and holiday survival guides and things like that. So just make sure that you keep your finger on the pulse of how quickly the holiday season is approaching now that we are in October.
For sure, because it gets here in a hurry, because we're all busy, because we're entrepreneurs, right? We're in our business.
Exactly.
So but this little proper 15 minutes of planning, 15, 20 minutes of planning at the beginning of the month can really set the stage for more sales, for sure, more visibility, more engagement, all of the things, that everyone is wanting. So instead of just that whole, okay, I got to throw something out there, give it a little bit of thought on the front end, and you can really make a huge impact.
Exactly. So that's our October MVP social media planning session. Make sure that you download it and you spend this 15 minutes. It took us 35 minutes to talk you through it, but you spend this 15 minutes planning out so that you're ready to execute for a really successful October. And as always, if you have any questions about this training, be sure to leave a comment for us below. Thank you, everybody, for joining. We'll see you next time.
See ya.